Is this thing on? Hello everyone, Shawn's the name, credit's the game, and today I'm going to be showing you how you can remove old addresses or really just old information from your credit report to actually improve your score despite what you've seen elsewhere online. So, for those of you who don't know, I run a mortgage brokerage called X2 Mortgage, which means I see thousands and thousands of credit reports all the time, and I can tell you without a doubt, I have seen people remove information from their credit report and then have seen score improvements. And not only have I seen it firsthand that it can improve your score, but I've actually just recently done this myself on my personal credit report. I went from like a 789, I think, to like a 796 or something like that. So again, it's nothing major, but it is something. And because I literally just did this, I'm not going to be telling you how to do it. I'm going to be showing you firsthand in just a couple seconds on how you can actually go about doing it yourself. And some people will even say, well, Shawn, what's the point of going through the headache of doing all that, even though it takes you just a couple minutes when your score might barely change? Well, the reason is getting credit or getting loan approvals or getting literally anything that has to do with your credit score will be a million times easier with old information removed from your report. Why? Well, it shows creditors that you're easy to get a hold of or like to find, right? If you've been in multiple houses or lived in multiple addresses in the last couple of years, that means when they send mail to you, you might not get it because you might have already moved by the time they send you the mail. Or same thing with different name changes or phone numbers, right? If they're trying to get a hold of you and contact you and you're changing these items all the time and pretty regularly, you're not a great borrower for them to lend to because it's going to mean it's hard for you to get a hold of. And that's just a very basic generalization that the credit bureaus have. It does not mean everyone is like that. But also, right, it shows stability, right, in your finances. If you've had multiple employers over the last couple years, that means you might not be able to hold a job. That means you might be jumping around to make ends meet, right? The $20 an hour isn't cutting it, so you need to make 21 or 22. Maybe you're working less hours in one job, more hours in another, right? That's kind of changing your finances, how much money you're earning every single week, every single month. So they want to see that you've been at the same or maybe two employers in the last couple of years, which means you've got that stable paycheck, you've got that stable routine with earning money and paying down your debt. Anyway, it's just these little things that like the actuaries and the math nerds like myself look into to kind of determine risk. What I'm trying to get at is that it's important to keep your report up to date and to remove all that old information. So not only can you improve your score, but you can also get better chances at getting approved for things. All right, you didn't come to this video for me to keep blabbering, so let me show you how you can actually remove this information from each credit bureau. Let's do it. Okay, super simple. What you're going to want to do, I'm going to leave 3 links down below in the description. One for Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. I'm going to start with each one. This is Experian. You're going to go to that link and you're going to essentially file a dispute, all right? So it's going to be something that looks like this. They change their website all the time. So what you can do is just hit Start a New Dispute Online. It's going to make you log in or create an account if you haven't already created an account. This is legit. This is not a scam. These are the bureaus themselves. If you don't already have an account with each of the 3, I highly recommend it. This is where you can freeze, unfreeze your report, dispute things, get credit alerts when maybe someone might open a card or a loan in your name. So it is important to have these accounts. So this is my account right here. And basically what I'm going to do is I am going to start a new dispute. A lot of information is going to be blurred for you guys because it is my personal information. It's going to show you everything that's on your credit report, what kind of credit cards, loans, everything like that that's on here. It's going to even show you public records, personal information, all that stuff. All we're focusing on right now is just going to be the personal information section. Now, this tab is going to show you all the information that we want to get rid of on our report. As you can see right now, it is showing 3 addresses for me. I obviously only live at one of those addresses, and I kept some of these on here so I can actually make this video and show you firsthand what it looks like. Okay, so once you click on an address that you want to dispute, it's super easy. You basically just pick one of these 4 options. I recommend just keeping it super simple and always selecting never lived there. There are some other reasons that you do want to select it on there, right? Like identity theft or some other things like that. Never lived there is the simplest one. Pick the one that's most applicable to you though. And all you got to do is essentially select it and then hit dispute. Now, while I do have 3 addresses showing on my report, I saved just one of them that I can actually dispute in this video today. The other one I actually can't dispute yet. I'm waiting for a creditor that has that as my address to get it removed from their systems. Once it gets removed from their systems, then I can come back in here and actually remove it. You'll see if that is applicable to you. You will get the notification or the error within your credit bureau account that we're in right now, telling you that you can't dispute that information because you have to update it with the creditor first. In fact, I can show you. You'll essentially get a message like this saying you can't be processed because there's a creditor that is actually using this address. So if you get that information, you'll know what you need to do, but for the most part, a lot of the ones you can just get rid of very easily. And what I want you to do is scroll through all of your personal information on here and get rid of all the old info or the duplicates or things like that. Just get rid of it. Real quick before we jump to the next bureau, I want to actually show you, this is from a dispute that I had a month ago, 2 months ago now, where I basically got rid of all of these super old addresses on here. Now, these were addresses not even of mine. They were addresses tied to creditors, credit cards, loans, things like that, that I've had on my account. A couple telephone numbers, a couple things that just aren't tied to me. Got rid of all those things, and that's why I saw my score improve. Alrighty, moving on to the next one though, we've got TransUnion. I love their portal. They're actually my favorite one to work with, but same thing. You'll go into the dispute center, so either log in, all right, click the link that I put in the description, log in or create an account. Once you are in your account, all you'll need to do is just go to the dispute center. It will literally give you all the information that you need right here, right? You can delete previous names, phone numbers, addresses, employers, all of these things from creditors that might be incorrect as well. You can do all of these items right here and makes it really, really easy. Once you start a dispute, you'll see all the information that you can dispute. I'm going to dispute this same address here. And actually it looks like creditor updated with TransUnion, so I can delete 2 of these older addresses for mine. And that's it, and I can hit save and continue. A lot of people actually dip out early, so make sure you get all the way to the end to the submission or the submit button. It'll tell you typically it's gonna take 30 days. They usually do it way quicker, but then you can just hit submit. And then of course, lastly, Equifax, decent portal as well. Click the link in the description, create an account, you know the drill. Go to the dispute center. It's all basically the same no matter what bureau you're working with here, and you can see all your information that you want to actually dispute. See, it's super simple to do, and actually here's a bonus for you. While it's super important to remove that old information from your credit report, it's equally as important to actually have some privacy and to remove your information that's floating out there on the interwebs. One of my favorite platforms, I've talked about it before on this channel, but it does exactly that for you. It protects your data and information from being sold by all of these companies all across the internet. I will leave a link in the description to this platform. It's called ScoreMaster. I've talked about it so much on this channel, and while it does have some great abilities and things in it for actually improving your score, what I love a ton is also the Privacy Master section of it. I use this personally, and it is phenomenal. It scans websites and data brokers that are currently making money off selling your information, all right? It'll scan for all of that, and then it will actually tell you, hey, here are the places where your information is at. Here's the items that we can do, so the platform can do for you to actually get them removed. And then on top of that, right, it will continue to monitor that information to make sure it actually was removed and to see if it's popping up anywhere else on the interwebs so you can do that again. It's great. It's honestly phenomenal monitoring to make sure that your private information stays private. It'll reduce fraud, it'll keep your score high, all those important things. I personally use it. You don't have to use it, but if you want to, there's a link down below to get you all set up on that. Removing inaccurate information from your credit report while also keeping private information private are some of the backbones to actually having strong financial stability. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please, pretty please, hit the subscribe button. I am inches away from getting 100,000 subscribers on this channel, and it would mean the world to me. Also, if you have any questions about any of this or anything at all, leave me a comment down below. I am definitely willing to help you out get this sorted. So please connect with me down there. Tell your mom to subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.